All right, next we're going to look at Onyx Deep Research. So this is a feature where potentially you want a more thorough answer. You may want the system to explore more documents, up to hundreds of documents in fact, and you're okay to give the system a little bit more time. So the way that you use it is, as before, you just provide your query and you can toggle on deep research. And depending on how in-depth your question is and how much detail you provided, it may ask for some clarifications. So these questions are mostly for your for inspiration. You don't have to follow them exactly, but you certainly can as well if you want. So we can go ahead, just adding a little bit more detail to the query. And the first thing it will do is generate a plan of how to approach this query. It'll break it down into different areas of interest. And depending on what the system finds, it can also update the plan as more information becomes available. So right now it's kicked off 3 different research agents. Each of them are looking at different documents for different tasks. And as before, we can expand it to get more detail. You can see that each of them has its own unique research task, and they'll all be running multiple iterations to gather more information. So instead of waiting for this to complete, as it may take up to 15 minutes sometimes, yeah, let's just pause this one and we can review the same query, which I've run ahead of time. So what we're looking at now is the final output. You can see it's very thorough. It covers all of the different areas of interest. The question was a general thing about the company, so it breaks it down into, for example, like major projects. It has like performance as one of the key areas. Another one is product integration, etc. And as before, all of these are valid citations that you can go and visit the source documents for. And if you want, you can also revisit what the agents have done behind the scenes. Again, you can see all of the research agents have run. In this case, after the initial set, it's decided that, hey, there's some gaps in the knowledge. Let me run some additional searches, which is why you see 2 additional agents here. You can also see the reports in more detail. So there's an expand button there. Oftentimes the reports themselves are useful because they kind of cover like one specific area of your query. So one, this is good for getting more details and verifying the answer, but 2, this is often useful on its own. So yeah, you can also download that. You can also ask additional follow-on queries. You can turn on deep research at any point in your chat session, and yeah, it will go through and run a more thorough search whenever you want. So yeah, that's the Onyx Deep Research feature.